Hey guys, it's Matt with Surf City TCG here, back with my series on Miss Bumbleflower, the commander from Bloomburrow that is the quote-unquote group hug deck, though by now, the way I've built this, it feels a lot more like a Voltron commander, which is what my intention was from the beginning. For those of you who are new to this series, we started with the base level Precon, and with my in real life pod, we have made a series of upgrades starting with just $10 maximum allowed in week one and a maximum of 10 cards, one free land every week, meaning a land of any value as long as it's just a fixing land. And then week two, we did 15. Week three, we did 20 plus one free card of any value. And then we're up to week four now. This might be the last week we're doing this. We haven't really decided yet, but I could tell you just from starting to look at the cards I want to add or remove, it's starting to dwindle down. There's not that many great cards to cut at this point. There's still sure lots of fine tuning that could be done, but overall the deck's feeling like it's in a very good place. I focused really on getting Bumbleflower into a big threat and kind of winning with commander damage. I've removed all of the other ancillary win conditions that the deck began with, and it's feeling like a very well-oiled machine at this point. So I'm really liking the direction that I went with, and I've won the last week or two. So it's feeling like I really have succeeded in what I've tried to do with the deck. So let's talk about the changes that I have available for me this week and kind of the direction I want to go, some of my thoughts on the deck, and we're going to go through this together. So what I've done already to start off is a little different than I've done in prior weeks. By the way, I will link the prior week videos in the description below, so feel free to check that out. I also just posted a gameplay video. I'll link it here, so you can click the link to the top right here. It's a game I played on Spelltable with my real life pod. Normally we play in person at our LGS, but for the last couple of weeks, we've all had conflicts and not been able to get together. So we just posted a game, and it's the first game that you guys can see that I actually played with the other players who were doing the same thing as I did. So feel free to check that game out. It was a really interesting one, and it kind of didn't go the way I think we all expected it would at the beginning, but it's an interesting one. So take a look. This, however, is going to be new changes for this coming week. And what I've done differently relative to prior weeks is that I've actually cut the cards that I want to cut first. That way I could take a look at what was remaining and what I felt like needed to be bolstered. So I have those cards down here, and just for your reference, the limit for this week's changes, we've upped it to $25. So it's the most we've had yet. But we're not getting a free card like we got last week. So last week we had a $20 budget, and we're using a max of 10 cards every time, so that's not changing. Also one free land every time, so that is also not changing. But last week we had $20 plus a free land plus a free card of any value, and I used that slot. I initially had added Innkeeper's Talent, but I ended up switching it over to Burgeoning, just because we're drawing a lot of cards, and like just getting more mana out is the way I find to be the most successful with this deck. So I have yet to draw Burgeoning, but it does seem like it will be good. I have had On the Trail in play a few times, and it's been very powerful. So I'm looking forward to a game where I draw Burgeoning at the beginning. This week, however, I've got $25 to work with based on TCG Player Low, so I'm going to be like updating to cheapest like this, and we're going to be using the prices and kind of locking them in when I make the changes. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But first I want to talk about the cards I cut, for which the value does not matter. It's just the cards I felt like were the least useful in the deck, and the cards I least wanted to draw. So you'll notice that this week I've actually cut more than one land, because at this point in the deck building process, I would prefer to spend some of my 10 slots changing out some of these lands that I feel like are pretty terrible. I don't want any lands that bring a land into play tap that I can't use right away, or if like I'm like dying to draw a land so I could play my commander on turn 4, if I draw any of these 4, it means I can't do that. So, this is something that I think is a little bit more of an advanced of a concept, but as a new player, I would say like look toward cutting. Even a land like this that can make all three of our colors, I'd prefer to run a basic land over this. And I'm not actually probably going to be adding basics. Although if we did, we could just save, use our $25 budget elsewhere. So it's not something I'm going to rule out. But adding some utility lands or some other lands that come in untapped, I think is going to be a lot better than having, even though these lands can find all three of our colors, I just hate that we can't use them right away. And I think they should all be cut for that reason. And then, Broken Wings is a good card in this deck because you can use Miss Bumbleflower to give a creature flying and then destroy it, which is a nice synergy, but this is just a little too slow at this point. I think we can do better. Same thing with Coiling Oracle. I don't find myself to be particularly lucky, and I don't like cards that reward kind of like randomly, like this one. Forgotten Ancient's a really good card. I don't think it's one that is high on my list to cut, but I do think it's cuttable for as we move toward the final version of this deck. I am not probably cutting Mana Gorger Hydra because I think this card is quite powerful and it's like won me a game on its own before. But Forgotten Ancient, like, the ability to, first of all, it's one more mana. It's the same mana value as our commander, which is an automatic strike against it. It doesn't mean it's unplayable, but like if we're going into turn 4, we have the option to play only one 4-drop. We're choosing our commander over this every time, and that's a knock against it. It is a good card though, so like I wouldn't cut it unless you're like getting close to an optimization point of this deck. Same goes with Perplexing Test. This is a good card. It's actually really good in this pod too against the other Bloomburrow Precons because they do make a lot of tokens. I'm pretty on the fence about this one, but I think based on the games I've played, like I haven't needed this card and it is expensive. Like I'm building this as more of almost a storm deck versus like this. In fact, if you take a look at the game I mentioned earlier that I just played, you'll see that what I really want to be doing with this deck and kind of what I want to be doing with like every deck I build is just being able to play stuff on everyone's turn, like triggering Miss Bumbleflower on everyone's turn, where like I'm able to play 2 instants on opponent 1, 2 instants on opponent 2, 2 instants on opponent 3. So like everyone's drawing a lot of cards, including us, and we're just doling out tons of +1 counters. And Bumbleflower's getting huge, and then all of a sudden I'm knocking someone out with 2 swings with commander damage. So that's how I'm looking to build this deck. And for that reason, cards like Perplexing Test are just lower on my list in terms of like I don't need another 5-mana board wipe. I do like that this is selective. Like I could say just tokens and it probably doesn't really affect us. But, I would prefer to play something like, and it's a little expensive, so I don't know if we're going to be able to find room for it, but Damning Verdict is not here. I could have sworn I had it. I guess not. So let's add that to our considering. And this is a card I'm like strongly wanting to get added, but it has gotten quite expensive. This used to be a bulk bin rare or close to it. It's up to $13 now, which is honestly like what it should have been worth all along. These kind of one-sided board wipes that can keep all of your stuff and kill everyone else's are ultra powerful. So that's a card we're going to be looking to add potentially. So I'm just going to add this here right now, and we'll see if we can make this work. But at that price, it's a little expensive. Let's just update to cheapest and see what it really is at. Dang, that is the cheapest. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to fit that, but I want to try because it's very, very good. What else are we cutting? Steelbird Champion. This card just didn't impress me. I've drawn it several times and I don't find time to cast it. These decks aren't playing a lot of non-creatures, so it's just not really pulling its weight. Tamiya's good. I like her. Her +1 is very good in this deck because our commander's going to be hitting. Like that just happens. It's very easy to hit with her. So this is really good, and it's easy to hit with another creature too because you just give it flying with Bumbleflower and then you can get through to someone. But a 4-mana card that does this is just not pulling its weight, and the flexibility of using the -2 sometimes is nice. In fact, I used it to very powerful use in one game, but I just think this is too slow. And again, at 4 mana, it's not what I want to be doing every game. I haven't ever gotten close to the -7. People are just really on alert of planeswalkers getting here. So without running, like I was considering for a while making this a proliferate strategy, and I think that's a viable way to go, but it's just not the way I ended up going. So for that reason, Tamio, you're getting cut. And then lastly, Wizard class. This isn't a fine card. Like, it's pretty good. I just never ended up getting it to level 5, which is where it really like makes an impact. At level 1, it's like we have a lot of effects and redundancy for this no max hand size thing, which, to be honest, I don't even really think that's a big deal. Like, I think people overemphasize the importance of this. Even if you end up having to discard 10 cards to hand size in a given turn, there are easily 10 cards in your 17 card hand that are like probably going to be useless that game anyway. So I don't really care about this no max hand size clause at all. Plus, we're getting it from things that we're running anyway, like Thought Vessel and Reliquary Tower, which I'm not going to cut, but I probably wouldn't include them if I was building this deck from scratch. I might include Reliquary Tower, but typically I don't put this card in decks, especially 3-color decks. So yeah, those are the cuts we're going with. So not, and the reason I have 11 is because we get to replace one land for free. So one of these lands will be replaced with a land of our choice for free. That land is likely going to be another fetch land. So what are our primary colors? So we're pretty evenly split. I think we want the green fetch, green being the most important color. I think green white are our two most important colors, but I think we add the Misty Rainforest being the green blue one for the free land. Either one can fetch any color we want because I have previously added 2 shock lands, those being Breeding Pool, which is a forest island, and Temple Garden, which is a forest plains. So in theory, we could add the other dual land that we haven't added yet, which is Hollowed Fountain, the white-blue one. But I think the fetch lands are a little bit more flexible here, and they have the ancillary benefit of like thinning our deck a little bit, which is nice. So let's take a look at our types and tags. Actually, before I do that, I just want to scroll down and take a glance at our curve. It's looking very good. I really like the look of this sort of curve, like these very heavy in the 1, 2, 3s heading into our commander term, which we want to be lower because, you know, Miss Bumbleflower fills out our 4s. So even if I were to reduce the 4s a little bit more, I wouldn't mind that, but it's already pretty low. So I think I'm happy with this. There's nothing particularly I want to do differently. You know, with regard to the cards I want to add, I'd rather focus on like the types of cards we need versus the mana value because the curve's looking great. So let's take a look at our types and tags. And we're just going to look at a few main categories. So we're at 13 pieces of mana and ramp, so we just want to keep this in mind, and I'm going to talk through my conclusions based on these things right after we review. So land, we currently have 32, right? That's not enough, so we do need to add back more because we're cutting some land. Board wipes, we've got 3 after the cuts, which is a good number. Could add another one, but we don't have to. So Damning Verdict would be nice, but we don't necessarily need to add it. Removal, we've got pinpoint removal, that is. We've got 9 pieces right now. This is probably not enough. I'd like to add at least 1 or 2 here, I think. And back to mana, I think, like, you know, I want this to be probably 15, if not higher. So I'm looking to add 1 or 2 mana, maybe even 2 or 3 mana, 1 to 2 to 3 pieces of removal. And then let's look at our counters. We've got 4 counter spells. I wouldn't mind having another one. Like 1 more would be nice. And then protection spells, we've got 4. So again, I wouldn't mind having another one here either, or 2, because like I mentioned earlier, we've built this as kind of a Voltron commander. We're putting all of our eggs in the Miss Bumbleflower basket, pun intended. So we want to make sure that she's protected. You know, Slip Out the Back is my preferred choice here, so I've already added that. I love this card. It protects from like a Cyclonic Rift, it protects from Farewell, protects from everything. So like phasing is incredible. And in fact, before I forget, I do want to probably add a new card from Assassin's Creed called Haystack. So we'll talk about that one in a minute because I do quite like phasing. You know, another one we can consider is Robe of the Stars, I think. Do I have that in my... I don't. So let's... Whoops. Back Heliod, because I didn't mean to remove him. Which one is it? Sunground. No. Iliad. Some Radiant. Yeah, this one. I also want to consider Robe of the Stars. Or is it just Robe of Stars? Yeah. Is it that expensive? Maybe that's just the version. Okay, so let's go ahead and considering, we'll leave Robe of Stars here. Okay. So we talked about protection, counters. Yeah, so those are the stats. So what we're ideally looking to add is a couple of mana, like ramp sources, a couple of protection slash counter spells. I want to add at least 4 land, so one of them's free, and then 3 of our other slots are going to be taken up by lands. Even adding 4 or 5, I wouldn't mind, but like I at least want to add 3, maybe even 4 to replace the 4 that we removed. Going lower than 36 in the stack is not where we want to be, especially since we're running Burgeoning and the other one, whatever it's called, On the Hunt, I think. And then like a piece or 2 of pinpoint removal would be nice as well. And then there's like lots of other stuff I'd like to add that I'll talk about in a minute. So I'm going to flip over to my second kind of deck list, which is the considerations. The reason I am doing this in a separate list is so we can see just the types and tags of these cards that we're looking to add, kind of make it a little bit easier. So let me just add the missing ones. Okay. And then we need to add some land. So let's flip back to the regular, or no, we have them down here. So let's just flip back to regular type. And let's take a look at the lands in our considering section. And, you know, Alchemist Refuge would be a nice one. Let's put that in. I don't care so much about these fixing lands. I think our fixing is fine. Horizon I really like, but I don't know if we need it at this point. Frozen Verge is a good one. It ramps like in a land. And we could do this on turn 3 if we have no other ramp. And it kind of like gets us a land ahead. I would consider this. Let's put that on the maybes. Does the deck have Myriad Landscape already? Colorless. I don't think it does. That seems like a mistake. I guess they didn't include it in the precon because it's a 3-color deck and Myriad Landscape has to get 2 lands that are the same, but I don't really mind that. In fact, let's just add it to the maybes. Especially since it's very inexpensive. I like this land. I just don't know if we're going to have room. There's probably other lands I'd prefer to add, but let's put it in the maybes. And then the bounce lands are something that I've talked about before that I really like, especially in a deck like this that's running something like Burgeoning. You know, having a bounce land in hand when you have Burgeoning in play means it's like you have 2 lands in hand, right? And the same goes for like your opening hand. If you have a single land plus a bounce land, that's like having 3 lands in hand, and I really like them for that reason. I especially like them in decks that play MDFCs that you might want to play early and then bounce later to use for their spell halves. So if we do add bounce lands, I might also consider adding some MDFCs to go along with it, stuff like Seagate Restoration, though this is obviously too expensive. But, you know, Sink into Stupor is one I really like from MH3. Should be here, but it's not. E2 Stupor. We also have Witch Enchanter. Witch Enchanter? This Enchanter. That's a nice one. I like these ones because they can come in untapped if you want them to. You have to pay 3 life, but that's fine. You know, it's not a good rate, right? 4 mana for this effect is really bad. But having the flexibility of this being on a flip land, really, really good. And then I also like stuff like Bushwhack, which is like, you know, this is not technically an MBFC, but if you think about it, it's basically the same thing, because if you use the mode of search for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, is that really any different than a comes into play tapped green land? It's different in some ways, but it's very similar in others, right? Because compare this to missing a land drop versus like I paid a green, I found a forest, I play that forest. Okay, the green I spent to cast this is kind of replaced by the one that I played, if that makes sense. And then the other mode is nice too, especially when we have a huge fat ass rabbit that can just like stomp people. So I just don't know if we need a lot more single target removal. So for that reason, like I'm not super inclined to add Bushwhack, but I do really like that card. I play it in regular like constructed commander all the time. And Sink into Stupor is just great because this is a bounce spell, or it's a counter. It can bounce a spell on the stack, or it can bounce any non-land permanent, or if we need it to, it just comes in as an untapped blue source for 3 life. So this is a really good one. Let's update everything to cheapest again. Okay, so Sink into Stupor is like $5. That's a little high, but again, very powerful card. I think we're probably not adding Damning Verdict this time because we don't really need a board wipe. I put this in because I wouldn't mind having like a burst card draw spell or 2. In fact, something like Windfall is something I would consider as well. Even though we are drawing a decent amount of cards from Miss Bumbleflower, it just doesn't, it sometimes doesn't feel like it's quite enough. So I might consider adding Windfall, or Recurring Insight's a really good one too. Everyone tends to have like pretty decent hand sizes, and the fact that we can give someone an extra card right away when we cast the spell, if we have Bumbleflower out, makes this even better for that reason. So what do we have here? We have how many cards in the main deck? 15 cards in the main deck right now, totaling $44.21. And then we also have, we're going to add the Misty Rainforest, but you know, I'm not worried about that. In fact, I'm just going to add that to this list right now. So we'll just add that Misty Rainforest because that one's free. We don't have to count that toward our value. So there's our land. And then I want to add 3 lands back, I think, which will bring us back up to where we were, which was 36. I wouldn't hate adding another land either, but we'll see. So RoboStars, I can't believe this got so expensive. Definitely not. Great card, but I'm not paying the $12.70 for it, and I don't recommend you do that either. It's not good enough for that reason. In fact, I actually think Haystack is better. You don't have to equip it. Yeah, it doesn't give toughness, but like you could just use it on any creature. This card's so tricky. In fact, I'm placing a very high priority on adding this week. I almost certainly want to add this card. It's a protection spell like we wanted, and it's only 38 cents. Like, yes, sign me up. So Haystack is a definite yes. This is very high on my list to add to. To me, it feels, in this deck especially, it feels like almost as good as Leyline of Anticipation. Now, nothing is close to as good as that card. This part about having to play the spells on their end step is a pretty big deal breaker, and you know, part of the reason why Leyline of Anticipation is so powerful is because you can do stuff whenever you need to, and this really stops you from that. However, I will say in this deck, many times we're just wanting to cast stuff on people's end step anyway when we have flash, just to get the Bumbleflower triggers, and we don't want them drawing cards on their turn anyway, which with which they can like use them right then. So like waiting till end step is what makes the most sense oftentimes anyway. So you know, this is high on my list of wanting to include. Seedborn is going to be great in this deck, but it's a little expensive. I'm just going to put it in the sideboard here. I'm going to put all the stuff that I'm not completely sold on into the sideboard and like start with just the stuff that I really want to add. And I do want to go through the list down here too and identify some other stuff that like I think is very important to have in today. And then we'll kind of narrow it down to a short list from there. So I'm going to, through the magic of editing, do this lickety split. All right, so I think I've narrowed it down to the main cards that I'm looking to add. We've got 32 in total, 4 already in the sideboard. So I'm going to just continue to move stuff over to the sideboard. In fact, I think what I'll do is just start by putting everything in the sideboard. So I'm going to cut all these and just add them to the sideboard. And then I'm going to move only the stuff that I'm absolutely sure about wanting to add to the deck this week. and then we'll go from there. So I think let's look at the land first. So let's sort by mana value. So I'm quite sure I want to add 4 land, and I should add the bounce lands here. I'm going to prioritize the green ones. So that will be Simic, Earth Chamber, and Celestia Sanctuary. Okay, so let's update the cheapest. All right, so those I'm pretty positive I want to add. I may even add the other one I was considering, so let's do that. Azorius 3. Let's put that in the considering for now. Okay, so I definitely want to add these two, and then I want to add at least one more land. I don't yet know which one of these that will be. It could be any of these. I don't think there are any that I'm excluding from this consideration. I mean, given the choice between Corrosive Verge and Tranquil Landscape, I don't think I want Tranquil Landscape, so let's just get this out of here. It's going to be one of these. I mean, I think, let's just compare these two. So they both enter tap and make it colorless. They both cost 2. I think Corrosive Verge is strictly better than Myriad Landscape, so I think we don't want this. So it's going to be between these 3. And so let's come back to that decision. So let me just skim through and see like the cards I almost certainly want to add right now. Born Upon a Wind is one of them. I just really like the flexibility of this. You can have it be the first spell you cast on an opponent's turn, and then have the second one be anything. It could be a Mind Stone, it could be a Farseek, whatever you want. So I think this is a really, really strong card for this deck, so I do want to add it this week for sure. What else? This is really close to a definite for me. These free running cards are so good in Miss Bumbleflower because they're so easy to activate. It's just 2 mana to draw 3. Very, very powerful. This is very, I don't know. We'll come back. It's not a definite. Haystack, I think, is a definite. I have not played this card. I'm very eager to try it. I think this is a extremely good deck for it. Ozolith is very high on my list. I've only drawn Hardened Scales in 1 game, I think, and it was so strong. I wish I could draw it every game. For that reason, I'm also strongly considering a card like Wargate, which can, for 3 mana, fetch you a land. Worst case scenario. So you can get anything 0 mana from your deck, permanent, put it on the battlefield. But I could also grab Burgeoning with it. I could also grab, Hardened Scales with it. I can also grab Teferi's Ageless Insight for 7 mana if I really wanted it, because that's a very strong card in this deck. So I think I want to get that added this time too. There's too many things I want to add, I know. But these all seem like very high on the list to me. And then if we look back on the checklist, Wargate will count as a ramp source potentially, I think, but we do probably want one other piece of ramp. I think that is probably going to be Wild Growth. I think it's the best one, but I'm also strongly considering creatures, because creatures are just good in this deck because we could put +1 counters on them. Not sure on that yet. Ozolith, maybe we don't need to add this since we're adding Wargate, and Wargate can fetch Hardened Scales if we need it. Final Word Phantasm is up there, but not for sure. This is one I didn't talk about. This is a card from Fallout. It's a 3 mana draw 2, but then, assuming you're able to land the aura, the problem with auras is like if they snipe your commander in response, then you're very sad, and something like Haystack or Slip Out the Back is not going to help you because your aura is still going to fizzle. So you kind of need protection to resolve this, but if we could ensure it was resolving, you could see how powerful this card would be, because we're very easily going to have 10 or more cards in our hand at any point in the game, and this is just a huge threat if that's the case. It means that we could potentially one-shot people with Bumbleflower. So I don't know if I really want to draw that much more attention to her though, so might skip that one this time. Marwyn is pretty high on my list of stuff that I'm considering in terms of adding another piece of ramp here. We've got 5 more slots if we were adding these. One of those is dedicated to a land, and that means I have 4 others. And our main deck value currently is 51 minus 47, so approximately $4 only right now, meaning we've got another $21 to work with. We can look at something that's quite expensive. Seaborn Muse would be good in here. I just don't know if it's good enough. I like Sink into Stupor. You know, we could certainly add this like instead of a land. I think that's a strong consideration. Wavebreak Hippocamp is a really good one, especially as we add more ways to flash. This just becomes better and better. In fact, I might, if I were adding this, I might add Final Word Phantom also, like as a package. So we could consider that. Like, in fact, let's just add those right now. I do really like both of these cards. And I like that both of them are 3 mana, meaning like we can curve into Miss Bumbleflower with these. I don't know if we'll stick with these as the final choice, but let's just add them for now to start. You know, it's looking like we might be able to afford the Ozolith, so like I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to adding this, and also Sink into Stupor is great. It hits on several of the different things we want, which is like another land potentially, a counter potentially, a piece of removal potentially. It kind of checks all of those boxes, right? So this is 9 cards, and it is... We're at 51.58 minus the sideboard value, which is 1708, meaning we have a little under $8 remaining for a single card. I'm going to go back to what I was looking at. So what do we have? We have 2 land. We have this Wargate, which is kind of a land. We have Sink into Stupor, which is kind of a land. And we have $7 left. So like, do we have any MDFCs that are around $7? That would be something to consider. I'm looking for these little rotation symbols, which kind of indicate MDFC. Too bad we can't afford that. That would be really good in this deck. We could try to squeeze it, but like it would give us only $1.31 left, so probably not ideal. Dowsing Dagger is a good one in this deck, but I don't think I want to bother with that. And then let's sort by price. What is high on our list? Seaborn Muse, and that's it. So let's look at what's high. Let's remove the groupings, and let's just look at like what's expensive on our list. So these are too much, right? But you know, if we consider stuff that's expensive that we could potentially add, I like Enlightened Tutor. You know, it's good for the same reason as Wargate, but I don't know if we can quite afford that. Damning Verdict is certainly a consideration. Psychic Possession is starting to come down. This card was really expensive for a while because of this very deck. So it is very good in here, but I don't love the idea of having to like focus giving all my cards to one person because it is what benefits me the most. I just don't like the idea of that, so a little more hesitant to add this for that particular reason, but it is very good in this deck. Mastermind's good, but like my opponents just, I find they're not drawing. I get it. Like we're giving them cards. Actually might be really worth it, right? I would have them draw 2 cards on their turn. That would draw me an extra card every time. That could be worth it. Actually kind of maybe didn't give good old Yuta enough credit here. Yuta Takahashi. I do love this card. I play it in decks all the time. I just kind of spaced about that Bumbleflower can like trigger him. You only have to have them draw 1 card on their turn, and then they've drawn 2, and you draw. Let's see if we can squeeze this in. I'm just going to look at the rest here. I don't see anything standing out. Generous Patron's a good one, but it's a little expensive. I don't know if I want to pay $7 for this effect. Plus, I don't typically want to be putting counters on their creatures, so I don't want to have a reason to do that because I want to be buffing my creature. Danny Pink's a good one, but it's a really good one. Just, again, I want to be focusing on putting counters on one creature, and this encourages you to spread them out. So maybe not. Yeah, Alorian Revealed's a good one too. This is like an MDFC kind of. So let's take a look. Like, can we make the fairy work? I guess is the question. Let's get back to types. So we've got 10 right now, but I think we're over, right? So let's go back to the calculator. We've got deck value is 60, 17 minus 34.50. Okay, so we're 67 cents over. Not bad. What if we add another land and took out, I'm not taking out Haystack. Could take out Wave Break, Hippocamp. In fact, we added a draw source in Fairy Mastermind. So what if we took this out and added like did we add any ramp? I guess we added Board Gate. What if we instead added, actually, how much was Wave Break Hippocamp? I don't get it's even close to enough, right? Because we had to reduce by, what was it, 67 cents. Wave Break Hippocamp is only 48 cents, so we'd have to cut something else also. Let me just make sure we're on cheapest here. I'm gonna make this easier on myself. Let's move all of these out of the sideboard temporarily and just put them in Gym deck, sure. That way we could just look at the value of the deck. Okay, 25.19, so we have to reduce by 19 cents. So, okay, what if we swapped out Simic Growth Chamber? Actually, what if we brought in Azorius Chancery? It's annoying. No. Sorry, not what I meant to do. Alright, what if we took Azorius Chancery out of here, added to main deck? Okay, now we're at 25. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this is the right number of cards. We're just 25 cents over. So what if we took I'm not taking, so the non-negotiables are these 5, I think. I really want to get in Ozolith. Yeah, Ozolith's really good. Is it really good? Let's get this out of here. So now we have another $7.13. Haven't added much more mana. I really like Free Strider Lookout as just like a recurring piece of ramp. But again, this encourages us to commit crimes, which entails like us targeting their creatures, which we kind of don't want to be doing. So let's look at how our types and tags are looking relative to what we wanted to add. So we are adding So we're adding a counter, we're adding a draw spell, but not really, it's just flash. A draw engine in Fairy Mastermind, more flash stuff in Final Word Phantom. Another land, a protection spell, a tutor, and 3 lands, 3 bounce lands. So what we're missing is ramp. But Wargate is like ramp because we could get a land. We could also get burgeoning. How much is exploration? Additional. Exploration's $15. Azusa. Can we fit Azusa? It's kind of perfect. 10 cards, 24/12. I don't hate that. Azusa is very good in the stack, especially when we're adding 3 bounce lands. That makes Azusa even better. I don't hate this. You know what? We're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. We're going to test it. Maybe I'll end up making some changes, but I'm kind of liking this. The Worldly Gaze is one I really wanted to add, but since we're adding a lot of flash, ways to flash, this is less necessary. I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to like cutting the Chancery. Let's move these back to the sideboard. So like maybe let's go back to just regular types. Maybe we cut the Chancery and add in Otherworldly Gaze, because this just means you need less land in general. I kind of like this. And we're at 5904. Minus sideboard. So we're at 2419. That's pretty good. I don't need to min-max it perfectly, although I'd like to. Is this worth it? Especially since we've added Wargate and we can find Leyline if we need it. What about adding the Alchemist Refuge? That would also be good. Where did it go? Oh, here, $1.41. So what if we add this and remove this? I think that is a little over, right? So how does this look? So we're at 5904. Minus 3357, 2547. Dang. Okay. Oh, it lowered by a penny. I saw it. Okay. 47 cents. This is so tough. Maybe we get rid of Sink into Stupor, which would give us $4 to work with. That would allow us to add. We don't really have anything that big we want to add. All right, let's go back to how we were, which is this in the sideboard. This is adding 3 lands back, one of which is an MDFC, so I don't know, I kind of just want to add another land. Let's add the Chancery back. I like Azusa. get all of these out of the sideboard. And then back in considering. All right, so this leaves us like 89 cents to work with, but I might just run a playtest game, see how this goes, and see what I think of this, and then maybe make some edits, because we do have a little bit of wiggle room here, but I really like the look of this in general. We're adding, you know, some very nice ramp in Azusa Wargate. We're adding a nice draw engine that like works outside of our commander and in conjunction with our commander. We're adding a really powerful card. I think this card doesn't get enough credit, and I like that we can cast it twice. Born Upon the Wind's excellent. This is a great MDFC. Haystack's good protection. And I love that we're adding bounce lands, because it's like we're adding, you know, basically double extra lands. So I think we're going to go with this list, but you know, don't hold me to it. I might end up changing it a little. So I'm going to post a gameplay video right after this. I hope you're enjoying this series. Please let me know in the comments what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, compliments, constructive feedback, etc. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel and let me know you appreciate me spending the time on this, because I'm new and I'm doing my best here, but I know I have a lot of room to grow and to learn, so I take everything that you tell me very seriously, and I really appreciate you watching and like sending me the positive feedback. It makes me feel really good. So thanks for watching and enjoy the game. I ended up making two small changes, which are that I swapped out Otherworldly Gaze for Eagle Vision, which, as I mentioned earlier, is really easy to activate with Bumbleflower because of the free running, can trigger off an assassin dealing damage, but also off your commander dealing combat damage. And players aren't going to know you have this, so it's not like they're going to try to block it to prevent this spell. And it's just really powerful at 2 mana, draw 3 cards. And then the other swap I made was removing Azusa Lost but Seeking, which I think is good in this deck, but just maybe not as consistent as Sword of the Animist, which, again, like, it's really easy to get hits in with Bumbleflower, so this is a very powerful effect over the course of what is typically a fairly long game that is going to be 10 or more turns. So this is just a really good card when you know the game is probably going to be going that long. So these are the 10 cards I ended up going with. I still kept the land the same, and we're still in at under $25 here. So that's what we're going with. So that's it. Enjoy the game. Thanks. Hey, welcome.
Hello.
Just so everyone's aware, I'm recording this video from my YouTube channel. You don't need to do anything differently, though.
All right.
All right, I'll randomize us 3 times. Here it goes.
Cool.
1, 2, 3. Great.
I'll keep my hand.
Try second 7.
Yeah, I'll keep this hand as well.
Yep, I'm good too.
Wow. Sure, I'll keep second 7. All right. Well, then I'll get us going. Good luck. Have fun.
All right.
Draw for turn. Exotic Orchard. Pass.
Draw.
I just noticed we all have blue.
I noticed that as well.
I don't have a single counterspell though. I'm
Can't
playing Christian blue.
I guess I'm playing the Devil's Magic.
Yeah. I will command power, tap it for a Traveler's Amulet, and then pass.
Draw island, tap it for Siren Storm Tamer. Pass.
Tap upkeep. Draw. Play a Sky Shroud. Sky Cloud Expanse. Tap 2 or search for Ascanto. Pass.
Okay, what are these things? Draw. Drop an island, tap Arcane Signet. Whoop, whoop. Pass.
All right. Untap, draw. Plains. And then I will be cracking my Traveler's Amulet, paying the plains into it, and passing while I search for that land. It's going to be an island. Oh, cool. Put it into my hand, then shuffle.
Urza Saga, it's at 1. Wherever 1 is. There it is. And tap 2 for Oaken Siren. I'll swing a 1/1 flying at Unlawn.
All right, I will take the 1.
Pass.
Tap upkeep. Search L1 from search. Guess we'll put them in the graveyard. Gloria. Draw for turn. Play a brush land. Tap 3 for Solvala Explorer Return. Astro.
Okay, draw. Sunken Hollow comes in untapped. Alela comes into play. And pass.
Draw. I will be playing in Island. And then I will tap all 3 for a Master of Ethereum. It's an artifact creature with star, where its power is equal to the number of artifacts I have, and other artifact creatures I get control plus 1/1. So it's just a 1/1 right now. And then I'll pass.
This is at 2. Draw. I'll play. Shit. I'll play Terrain Generator. Tap 3 for Malcolm. I'll swing 1 flying at Surf City and 1 flying at on lawn.
All right,
Taking one.
take the one.
I get 2 treasures.
They're both pirates.
Yeah,
The one has vigilance.
that's true. Thank you. With those treasures, I'm gonna play Malcolm, the other Malcolm, and pass.
Upkeep. Surveil one.
Is it the Alluring Scoundrel or the Eyes one?
The Luring Scoundrel.
All right.
Put Mindstone in the graveyard. Draw for turn. Still no land. I'm gonna tap Sylvala to parlay. So everyone will flip the top card. Let me know if it's a land or non-land, and everyone's gonna draw them. Or non-lands.
Non-land.
Non-land.
Okay. So everyone draws those cards, and I gain 4 life and make 4 green mana. Didn't draw a land, but at least I got 4 green.
It's basically like drawing a land.
Yeah.
That's a much better parlay than the one I have.
Alright, I'm gonna play Mana Gorger Hydra for 3 of the green, 1 green floating. And then I'll spend the rest on my commander, Bumbleflower. She's here with cookies for everyone. Just not this turn. And Mana Gorger will get a +1 counter. Pass.
Draw card. Put down an island and pass the turn.
Oops. Tap. Draw. I will play another Plains. And then I will tap 3 to play a Foundry Inspector. Artifact spells I cast cost 1 less to cast.
I see a theme.
It's a vehicles deck. And then I'll pass.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to flash in a fairy. She's flash and flying 2/2, flying. Whenever another fairy enters the battlefield under my control, each opponent loses a life. When he comes in, because of my commander, I make a fairy rogue, so everybody loses 1 life.
No, because it's on cast, so the
it's
rogue
cast?
will come in first.
Oh.
Your commander is on cast, so when you cast the fairy, you make the fairy rogue, and then that lands
Okay.
after.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
So we still take 1.
No.
No.
Okay.
Next time.
I guess they come in kind of simultaneously, so it doesn't.
Right on the stack. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Untapped some stuff. Drew a thing. I'll play a tap land for turn.
Hold on. Your saga first.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, this is at 3. I'll tap it before I sack it. I've got 1 colorless floating. I'll grab a soul ring. I'll tap the soul ring to put a. Wait, hold on. 1, 2. Yeah. Tap the soul ring to do terrain generator to play an island tapped. I'll play an island for, well, not island. Mirror landscape. No, should I? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, mirror landscape tapped. And Move to combat. Does any? Yeah, people have flyers, right? Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Yeah, Joe's got 2.
3.
I
I
don't.
have a
but
feeling
my,
I'm going to get slapped with a lot of flyers this game.
my commander can grant flying if I cast a spell, but I'm tapped out.
You're tapped out. Okay, cool. I will just 1 at you, Unlon, and 2 at you, Surf City,
All right.
flying.
Take it.
I get a chorus counter, I draw a card, and then discard a card. I'll discard this island. And pass. I'll
At the end, okay. At the end of your turn, I'm gonna play Snap and put that Mana Gorger back in your hand
Aw.
and untap 2 lands and make a fairy roll.
After I miss a land drop? Oh, cool.
Sorry. He was getting big.
Well, you're
Now we all
slapping
take
people,
one?
too. You're slapping me mostly, it seems like.
Me?
Someone's
didn't
slapping me.
I didn't slap anyone.
Oh,
Unlon, I have been swinging 1 at you. I have.
yeah,
We-
that's very rude. It's not commander, right? At least.
No, it's not.
No.
And I'm doing it because it gives me treasure. I'm sorry.
Now we take one off the fairy you made, right, Joe?
Yes, everybody takes 1. Sorry. Yeah.
Fun.
Untap, upkeep, surveil. We'll put that in the graveyard. We hoping to draw land here. Draw per turn. Hey, we go. Alright, we'll parlay again. So everyone flip your top card. Let me know if it's a land or
Non-land.
not.
Non-land.
Land.
What is your card on land?
A Whirler Rogue.
Yeah, everyone gets to draw those cards.
My previous card that I showed was an Austere Command.
Oh, okay, good to know. Thank you.
Indeed.
I forgot to say that out loud.
Alright, so I gain 2 and I make
Okay.
we'll play a forest as land for turn. Okay. I'm gonna cast a Mana Gorger Hydra. And on cast, I will have Moonland, you can draw a card.
All right,
And
I will
I'll
draw.
put a +1 counter on Bumbleflower, and she'll get flying till end of turn. Now, priority. Go ahead.
Yeah, did anybody else have a response?
I don't.
No.
Because Mana Gorger can get crazy.
All right, fine. Splinter, counter it unless you pay 6.
Right.
Thanks, Joe.
No problem. Fairy comes out. Everybody takes a damage.
Up 3. And cast Propaganda. On
Yeah.
cast, I will have you draw Malcolm. And I'll put the +1 counter on Bumbleflower. And I will draw 2, since that was the second time that's resolved this turn.
Do I tell you what I drew?
Unless you want to.
I might.
Alright,
I feel forthcoming.
I'll go to combat, and I will send at you, Nebula, for 3 in the air, Commander.
I will. Does anything happen if I take the 3?
Nope.
No.
You take 3 commander.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
take
three.
3. I'll just take 3 commander.
Okay. I'll go to end step, and I have 8 cards in hand, so I'll discard 1 and pass.
I reckon I saw a Bumbleflower deck that put a Jingataxis, the core Augur one, in it, and like that's the most disgusting thing ever.
Is that the hand size one?
That's the hand size one, yeah.
Okay, I'm not playing that. I
got
assure
really
you.
upset when we all fucking like focus fired him down.
This is only very slightly upgraded. Well, like
Yeah, that's
about
what I'm.
$50 worth.
Oh, I did like 16. Did I deck list? Is it my squirrel deck? It sure is.
We're flying 1 fairy at Sun City and 1 at Ulan.
I have
Alright, how
propaganda.
big are they?
They're 1/1s.
Alright,
You
I
gotta
will take the one.
pay 2 to attack me.
Oh, yep. Sorry. Blues.
Okay, I'll take 1.
I'm gonna goad your Bumble, and I'll goad your Foundry Inspector.
Oh, that's rude.
Sorry. and
He was just gonna sit there like a good little boy.
then say pass.
Inspect the foundry.
Get to work.
I will untap. I will draw. I will play a Exotic Orchard as land for turn. And then, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Butter, shut up.
4, 2. It's not enough mana. Darn. Okay. I will be tapping 4. And it's reduced by 1, so I only need to pay 4 because of Foundry Inspector to play a Deluxe Dragster. And then moving to combat, I will be tapping my Foundry Inspector to crew my Deluxe Dragster.
Good play, sir. Good play.
And so I'm going to swing a 5/4 unblockable except by vehicles at... let's send it at Joe.
Yeah. Kind of thought that one was coming. Okay.
And then do you have any instants or sorceries in your graveyard?
Oh, yeah. I got a counterspell and snap.
What's the snap do?
Return target creature to its owner's hand, then you untap 2 lands.
Yeah, I will be using the snap for free on your Alela.
Does it exile it or anything?
No, I may cast it. If it goes to the spell to be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. So yeah, it does get exiled.
Can I, in response to that, cast a flash spell?
Yeah.
I don't see why not. Yeah.
Okay. The spawn, so it has Ward 2. Whenever a creature entering the battlefield under an opponent's control causes a triggered ability of the creature to trigger, I may copy that and pick new targets. So
Ooh, that card's sweet. No,
And,
you only get the abilities of creatures that, like, ETB. You get to copy their ETBs.
Really, it doesn't do the Bumble?
Well, it would... Well, Bumble doesn't have an ETB. It has triggered abilities. But it's only when it enters that you copy it, not like anything that's already on the board. Still really good card.
And so it was
Oh,
then untap 2 lands, you said?
Yep. But it
Alright,
says whenever a creature entering the battlefield under an opponent's control cause it a trigger. So when you cast a spell, it causes your Bumble to trigger. I would then copy that. Right?
You're right, but it triggers on cast, not on a creature entering. So that's the difference. You have the right idea, but it would have to... Bumbleflower would have to say, whenever a creature enters under your control, do this. And if it said that, then it would work the way you thought.
And then I'll be tapping 3 to play my Shorikai, because it's reduced by 1 from my Foundry Inspector. And then I'll be passing.
Oh, and everybody took a damage with the rogue, if you haven't.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I played against a mirror match with a Shorikai, and they were like, "Oh yeah, the deluxe dragster is really good." And then I read it, I'm like, "Wow, that is really good." And it's like 30 cents.
Path of Ancestry comes in tapped. I'm gonna tap 2 to Married Landscape. Got 2 basics tapped. 1.
Oh shit, I forgot to count my hand. Okay, good, I'm at 7.
Nice. You're
I
brand
forgot
new.
to count.
Okay. I got 3, 4, 5 mana. Well. So, how big is your commander right now, Surf City?
It's a 3/7.
Okay, and he's goaded.
Yeah. We cool, man.
We're cool. We're cool, but you're goaded, so your hand is forced.
That is true. I'll just crew my deluxe dragster though.
Hilarious. Okay, so Shorikai
Is an artifact.
is an artifact, indeed. So I can't interact with it with this card. All right. We're just I'll just hold mana open for that. You know? I'll tap 1 and tap another one to put a basic land on the field.
You can do that at instant speed. So you could like
Yeah.
represent having more mana open.
That's true.
But
I'll do that next time. I've got 2 mana open.
Okay.
Treasures. I'll move to combat and get some more mana. You still don't have any flying on lawn.
I sure don't.
Yeah.
Vehicles don't
All
fly yet. We're not in the future.
there are airships in here.
Oh shit, we are in the future.
I'm gonna swing 1 at you on lawn
Alright.
and 2 commander flying at you, Sir City. Or actually, let me just make it 1 non-commander, just 1 flying.
Would you like to pay 2 to attack me with 1 creature?
No,
I have propaganda?
It's not worth it. Not worth it. I only get 1 treasure token.
Call me North Korea up here.
Yeah.
All the propaganda.
Pillow City.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to grab that card, but it seems I don't know what I'd get rid of for it.
That's when you know you love the deck.
It's like
Pass?
I'm really enjoying this deck because
Yeah.
it's so silly. I just make a bunch of vehicles.
You're really enjoying it. Don't mess with it.
That's true.
Untap, upkeep, surveil 1. That will go to the graveyard. Draw for turn. Okay. Tap Solvala. Let's parlay. Parlay. Land.
Arcane Signet.
You guys, Joe, Nebula, parlay.
Oh, sorry.
Cloud Pirate.
Okay, so
Swamp.
2 lands, 2 non-lands. I'll gain 2. I'll make 2 green.
We put these in our hands.
Yes.
Okay,
I will
sorry.
gladly take a 1 mana cost Arcane Signet.
2 green. Dang, wish I had gotten 1 more. Whatever. I'll use the 2 green plus 1, 2, 4 more for a Shadow of the Second Sun. targeting myself. I'll explain what it does in 1 sec. So on cast, I will have someone draw a card. It's gonna be Joe. I don't think I've let you draw yet, so you can draw. And then I'll give Bumbleflower +1 and flying into indifferent. And then this is an aura that enchants me that says, at the beginning of my second main phase, it creates a trigger that's going to give me, at the end of my turn, an extra beginning phase. So basically what it means is after my second main phase, I get to untap, upkeep, and draw. But then I have no more main phase. That's like the end of my turn right after that. Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to pull that out and put it in my timey-wimey deck.
I love this card. It's a major pet card of mine. I have it in every blue deck. I'll go to combat, and we cool Nebula, so I'm not attacking you, as mentioned. I'll send Bumbleflower at you online.
All right, how much is that? 4?
It's 4 flying. Yeah.
All right. Down to 28 with 4 from the Bumble.
Cool. All right. At this point, I will proceed to. Actually, I got to play one. I'll forget that. Play a tapped Razor Verge Thicket. And then I'll
Goodness, Al.
move to
That was
my
a bad stretch.
end step. Ooh, that hurts. And I will untap. Get another upkeep. So search first, Canto will trigger. I'll surveil 1. I'll put that in the graveyard, and that is my 7th card in the graveyard. So this will flip into Azcanta, the Sunken Ruin. And then I'll draw for turn. And then I have 8 cards in hand, so I have to discard. Oh. Intorn Elves. Pass.
Okay, we'll go with another swamp. We'll do 2 and 2 for a Rankle Master of Pranks. We'll do.
Do you mind moving that thing behind it so we can scan it? Thank you.
Does that work?
I don't know. Move your hand.
Okay, sorry.
No, I'll just type it.
I'll
What's the
put
name?
Rankle. Here, I'll put it over. You know what these tokens are. I'll move those out of the way. How about that?
Sweet. Thank you.
Oh, that's a cool little artwork.
And we are going to pay 2 to attack Miss Bumbleflower. We'll go 2 at, or 3, a 3/3 in the air.
You know, I can give flying instant speed, right?
Shit. Yeah.
You're still cool with that?
Yep.
Okay. I will. What is it? A 3/3? Well, first of all, you have an. Oh no, it's combat damage trigger. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tap. Oh, I can't block first. That's a little. All right. I'll tap 2. I'll cast Tier List Recycling. So on cast, I can gift a card, and if I do, I get to return an extra permanent from my graveyard to hand. So I'm gonna have Bumbleflower give the card to Unlan, and I'm gonna gift a card to you, Nebula. So you'll each draw 1, and then I'll give Bumbleflower, or I'll give Silvala actually a +1 counter, and she'll get flying till end of turn. And I will return Jolreal and Mana Gorger Hydra to my hand. If that resolves.
That Mana Gorger does not want to go away.
He wants to gorge on some freaking mana, you guys. Alright, and then I'll block with Zavala, which is a 3/5.
And pass. I tried.
All right. Untap. Draw. I'll play a Plains as land for turn. And then
Everybody did take one though when the Rankle came in. Sorry, still
All right.
Jerry.
how many cards do we even have in hand? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's attempt. So that's 2, 1. So 4 total. Okay, I can do that. And then leaving. All right. So I'll be paying 2 to reality shift the Bumbleflower. Exile target creature, and then you manifest the top card of your library.
Oh. Sure.
All right, manifesting is your top card of your library is a 2/2 token creature, and you can flip it over to pay its mana cost at any time.
Sounds good. If it's a creature.
Yeah, if it's a creature. Yeah, if it's a creature. And oh my god, I had it in my hand and I moved it. There it is. And then I'll be paying 2 more or 1 more for Arcane Signet. And oh wait, shit, Arcane Signet gives mana, doesn't it? Sure does. I will then be tapping 2 for Mirage Mirror. And then I will be tapping my Arcane Signet to tap my Shorikai to draw 2, discard a card. I will be discarding the Smuggler's Copter. And then I will be crewing my Deluxe Dragster and sending it at Surf City.
You gotta pay 2.
So it's a 2. I sure do. So I can't send it at Surf City. I will instead be sending it at Joe.
Yay! What is it?
A 5/3, and then if you have any sorceries or instants in your graveyard, I can cast them for free.
Okay, so I am gonna block with a fairy and just
Can't block.
Oh, I can't block. Oh, you
Can't be
dog.
blocked except by vehicles.
Okay. Well, snap. Did that go back? Does that get exiled?
No, it got exiled.
Oh, okay. You hold that.
So you just have the counterspell?
Yeah, just.
All right. I will. Can I cast it without having a target?
No.
All right. Then you just take 5 damage from the dragster.
Got it.
Then I will pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Does the dragster just have unblockability built into it?
It's blockable by a vehicle.
Wow, that's a great card. That's a really good card.
Your counter
it's quite good.
Your counter's still in your graveyard. It doesn't get exiled unless
Yeah,
you
it
cast
doesn't
it.
get exiled because I couldn't cast it, or I couldn't target anything with it.
I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4,
Dragon has snap.
3,
That dragon.
4, 5, 6 to play my other commander. If I would scry, I draw instead.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I'll move to combat. So you said you can make a flyer, right, Matt?
My commander's dead.
Yeah, so no, you cannot. Still got propaganda though.
Right. So I'll pay 2 to attack you with Malcolm for 2, and I'll swing 1 at Onlon.
Just a 1/1.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Before blocks, I'll activate Selvala to parlay.
An artifact creature.
Burgeoning. Joe,
Artifact.
What?
parlay.
Sorry. Oh, god damn it. Sorry, dude.
That's okay. Notion Thief. Oh my god.
I'll be taking that one from the 1/1.
Okay.
I got an Ethereum Sculptor.
I'll gain 4 or make 4 green. I'll take it. 2.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. I've got a total.
Everyone saw that he hit Notion Thief, right? You guys know what that does? You might want to check.
What? What?
Oh, spicy.
It's not super fun.
All the
That's a spicy
bumbles.
one.
All the bumbles for me.
Okay. I'm at 5 total treasures. I draw a card and then discard a card. I'm going to keep that because it's my 1 land. I'll discard. This is a tough choice. I'll discard this counterspell. I'll play the land. No, I already played a land this turn. No, I didn't. I really didn't. I
Stop
really
fighting
didn't.
with yourself.
Yeah. Anyway, 2 islands.
Sorry, I just wanted to do something before I lose my mana. I guess it was made in combat. So I'm going to activate this Escanta, the Sunken Ruin. So I'll put 1 of my green into this land to make white, blue. So I'll end up with 2 green floating. Activate this Escanta, the Sunken Ruin. I'll look at the top 4. Now I'll reveal a non-creature, non-land choice. It's a Hardened Scales. So that'll go to my hand, the rest on the bottom in any order. And I'll lose the other 2 green.
I'm going to sack 4 treasures to play Teferi's Ageless Insight.
Good one.
I'm going to use Path of Ancestry to play Cloud Pirates. So that has me scry 1, which is actually 2, which is actually draw 2. Because of Eligeth.
What is that card art?
No.
What the fuck?
Intercept. Only creatures with flying.
It's
Cloud
the
Pirates?
oldest flying pirate.
Sweet.
What on earth?
It's pretty racist.
Yeah, that's how old?
original
1997?
Portal, so very old.
That's fucking older than I am.
And there's not a scary creature, surely. No. Nope. We're just gonna
Alela
pass
spawn.
2 mana open.
Actually, no one's triggered Avala spawn yet? That's shocking.
Well, I don't
know.
play creatures. That's my way of getting around it. I don't play creatures.
That's fair.
Except for the creatures I did play.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
I mean, I just played a creature. 2 creatures.
Alright.
I need to discard. We're at 7.
Alright. We're parlaying again. So everyone flip their top
I
card.
heard you this time. Island.
And offer you
Damn,
can't
man.
refuse.
A creature, Kite Sail Corsair.
Oh my goodness.
I'll make 3 green and gain 3.
I got a sorcery.
I hit an offer you can't refuse, which is counted. Three green. play Bumbleflower. 2, 3. Actually, this back, leave this back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Bumbleflower. And then 2 for Jolriel Wanvoli Recluse.
Nice.
And on cast, Joe, you can draw. And then I'll pay 1 for versioning. Oh, I forgot to put a counter on something. I'll put a counter on this manifest. And then when I cast burgeoning, I will have Moonland you can draw.
I totally forgot when I activated my Shorikai, I was supposed to make a pilot. Is it okay if I make that?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Or did I miss it?
Yeah,
No, you're good.
you got it.
I missed that so long ago and I realized, oh wait, my Shorikai's fucking tapped.
Alright, when I cast burgeoning, I'll give Jolriel plus 1 counter, and I will have you draw Nebula. Actually, no, you have that thing. Sorry, you can't draw. Moonland, you draw again.
Oh,
No,
nice.
Nebula, you're not drawing.
Yeah, but this is the card from earlier that you had me reveal.
Well, yeah, but
I don't draw
reveal.
it.
Oh, yeah, you were supposed to draw that at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then that was the second trigger, so I will draw 2. And then Jolriel will trigger and make me a cat. Meow. Alright, I'll go to combat. Sending a 3/3 flying manifest at... I'll send it at you, Moonland, since you made it.
Oh, so flying man? Oh,
Yeah.
+1 to...
Yeah.
That's fair. I will just take the 3.
Right. I'm going to move to my end step. Oh, wait. Hold on. I didn't play land. Let me play land. I'll play this Celestia Sanctuary, which when it enters, I have to return a land to my hand. I'll return this brush land. And then go to end step. The shadow will trigger. I will untap. Have an upkeep during which nothing happens, and then draw. And then I have to discard to hand size, and I have like a billion cards, so it'll be a minute, but I'll pass.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so playing this, I have to reveal a fairy from my hand so it doesn't come in tapped. You knew I had that.
You played a land?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna put a land for my hand on the battlefield with Virgin.
Fun stuff. Alela's back out.
Gorger Hydra is going back to the graveyard. Ball.
Whoa. Playing Cover of Darkness. So creatures I have can only be blocked by black and artifact creatures.
Oh, cool.
Paying 2. And no, yeah, I had a fairy enter the battlefield, my commander. Everybody take the damage.
Alright.
Pay 2 to throw 1 fairy at Sun City.
Surf City.
Surf City. 2 at Ulan, and 1 at Trinubla.
And they're just 1/1s?
Yeah, they're just 1/1s.
Alright. I take 2 more, going to 20.
Bumble is goaded.
Hold on, I didn't take it yet.
Okay.
You sent one at me?
Yeah.
I'll block. There's no death touch?
It's Cover of Darkness. So
Hang
it
on.
has to be-
We're not to blockers yet. Just let me.
Oh.
Can we back up a
Yep.
sec? Sorry.
Yeah, go.
So before blockers, I'll activate Selvala. So everyone parlay.
Crush
Land.
Contraband, an instant.
Island.
Planeswalker.
So I'll make 2 green, gain 2. And I'm going to use the 2 green and a blue to activate the Ascanta to look at the top 4. I'll reveal Born Upon a Wind. That's going to go into my hand. And I'm not going to cast it. I'll just take the 1. Good. Thank you.
Bumble,
And I take
Goaded,
2.
Foundry Infector, Goaded. Doesn't really matter. You're just going to crew something, but that's what I'm
I'll
going
still
for.
put I'll still
I'd
put a
like
marker on it.
Eligeth.
Eligeth is goaded. Got it.
And pass turn.
All right. Untapping. Drawing. Okay.
I can take a phone call really quick. Sorry, guys. I'm right here, though.
So play an island as land for turn.
I'll play land when you do.
I will then have to play cards. So tapping Signet and then a orchard. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for Teshare Ancestor's Apostle. It's a 2/2 flying. Whenever I cast a historic spell, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from graveyard to the battlefield.
What's in your
And
graveyard?
then no creatures.
Roger.
And then I will be tapping a blue to play an Ethereum Sculptor. Mana artifact, spells that cast 1 less. And then for so reduced by 2, so that makes it 3 mana and a blue. So I have, yeah, I think we're gonna have to start doing that instead. I will tap 1. Actually, no, I will wait because there's multiple phases in this. These 2 can't attack, but Shorikai can't because he's a thing. All right, I will then be moving to combat. I will be tapping my Foundry Inspector to crew my Dragster, and I will be also swinging my Master of Ethereum as well. My Dragster will be coming at Trinebula, and also the Master of Ethereum as well. So the Dragster is a 5/4 that can't be blocked, and if you have any instants or sorceries, I can cast them, or I can cast one of them for free in your graveyard.
Condescend.
What's that one do?
Counter.
Oh, well, I can't use that one then. So 5 damage, and then you are a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so a 6/6 on the ground as well.
I can block him.
Yeah, this one can be blocked.
All right. I'll block him with Oaken Siren.
All right.
I already took the 5.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jesus Christ.
Okay, sorry, back. Did anything die on my board, or?
No, I didn't swing it yet.
Okay.
I will then
Oh, I got a discard. No, I don't. I meant
be tapping a Plains to Swords to Plowshares Bumbleflower.
And what do you got against the rabbit? I'll
That's the
res-
commander, and it hurts me.
I will respond. Damn. I'm gonna cast a blue and one. Hold on. I'm gonna sacrifice this Windswept Heath first to search, pay one life, search for any forest or plains on the battlefield. Grab this breeding pool. I'll have it enter untapped and use 2 life. I'll tap that and a green, and I'll cast Born Upon a Wind. So it's 1 and a blue. I can cast spells as though they had flashed this turn, and I draw a card.
All
But
right.
on cast, I will have Joe, you draw a card.
Oop.
And I'll put a +1 counter onto on Bumbleflower. Flying till end of turn. I will draw 1. And then I'll pay 1 more blue here. Or yeah, sure. I'll cast. Actually, sorry. I'll tap a green first, and I'll cast a Hardened Scales. If 1 or more +1 counters would be put on creature I control, instead I put 2. But it's not in play yet on cast, so I'll just put 1 counter on this cat. Yeah. And Joe, you can actually, Moonline, you can draw, even though you're
All right.
doing this to me. And then I will draw 2 since that's the second time this is resolved. And then I'll make another cat. Right. And then now I'll tap a blue and I will cast an Offer You Can't Refuse on Swords to Plowshares, which will counter it and give you 2 treasure tokens if it resolves. And Joe, you can draw again. +1 counter on this guy.
All right.
Oh, it'll be 2 though.
I'll have this card be my treasure tokens.
Cool.
And then I will be tapping 1 more white to what's the scariest? Let's actually we will tap the white to dispatch the Eligeth.
Wait,
Uh,
wait. Oh, okay. I mean, sure.
yeah, it's or what will be the scariest card on your board otherwise? Try Nebula.
I mean, if you don't target me, I can go ahead and kill his rabbit for you right now. But
Well, like, I don't understand why you're targeting his thing when he just tried to kill Bumble. And why not just try to kill her again? Or you think I have something else?
Well, you might have something else.
Okay. I mean, I don't mind, but I'm just curious.
I'm mostly just trying to dump cards out of my hand because I have I still have 9 after casting Dispatch.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
mean,
we'll
if you do that, I'm gonna counter it because you're targeting my guy, and I can use him to counter anything. Yeah.
Okay, then I didn't know you could do that. I will instead, yeah, just dispatch the Bumbleflower.
Sadness. Okay. She dead.
And then
No Easter this year, kids.
I know.
You can blame him.
in thanks for the treasure tokens, I will tap them and my remaining island to play a Research Thief
Wait, how did you get treasure?
from the Offer Can't Refuse.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought
And
maybe that
then
stupid
I don't have creatures in
squirrel
my...
was out.
And so then I don't have any creatures to return, so I now have a flying blocker. And then did I get under 1, 2, 3? Nope, I'm still one over. I will be discarding.
Hold on your end step. I'm gonna pay 2, cast Thought Vessel, because I still have flash this turn, and you could draw another one on land.
That's rude.
Yeah, well, you just killed my Bumbleflower for the second time, so.
I will be discarding this Raider's Carve and Psy Master Thopterist, and then passing.
Okay.
And let me double check. I'm at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Bumbleflower is the secret mill deck.
Yeah. What's giving you all those counters?
Me?
Bumble.
Bumbleflower? She's
Yeah,
dead.
Bumbleflower for a Rector.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll move to my turn. Eligeth is goaded. Draw. I could be a dick right now.
Do it.
Yeah, you're right.
Destroy all artifacts.
Ugh. Well, it's gonna hurt me too.
Did you play a land, Nebula?
No.
Okay.
But I'll go ahead and do that for you. That way you... Oh, I don't even have a land in my hand. Sorry. I've got an idea. I'm just gonna tap 3 to play Mystic Speculation with its buyback cost to scry 3, which is actually draw 6.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
It's a problem.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah, it's a problem. I can't play Notion Thief right now. That's the problem.
This goes back into my hand, so I can do that again this turn even if I wanted to. I'm crazy. Now I will play your land. If you wanted to do anything with that.
Yeah, I'll just put a land into play.
I'll go ahead and yeah, I'll tap 2 for Thought Vessel. And ooh. Okay, so do I have 9 mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Not 9. Okay.
I'm just gonna correct this fetch land. You can keep going.
5. I tap 5 for Raise the Palisade. Return all non-pirates to your hand.
Non-pirate creatures.
Yep.
Gross.
Yeah, all other permanents remain. Just the creatures.
Very stream.
And it does impact Eligeth, so I no longer will be swinging with it. She gone.
My board.
Yeah.
Manifest card goes to my hand.
Oh, hey, yeah, that's a way to get manifest back. If it's not a creature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just gonna move to combat swinging a bunch of these guys out. Yeah. 2/8 Surf City.
Propaganda.
Commander. Oh, propaganda. I'll tap 1 and sack a token or treasure.
So which one's coming at me?
You know what? I'm gonna make it. Yeah, this one. No, sorry, I told you the commander. Yeah, it's only 2. And
Okay.
this guy, 2 damage at you, Unlon, and then 1 damage at Joe.
All right.
I am
That's a lot of card draw.
now at 3 on Malcolm, so I draw 2 and discard 1. I'll discard. Reform. Pass.
How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Upkeep. Draw. Bumbleflower cost 8 for this.
Damn it.
All right. 4, 5, 6, 7. No, wait, this makes 2. 1, 2, 8. 3 left over. That's fine. Play Bumbleflower for 8. All right. Tap 1 for a Shrieking Drake. So on cast, Joe, you can draw a card. And when this ETBs, I return a creature I control to its owner's hand. I'll put the counters on Bumbleflower. And I'll return itself. So it'll bounce
Okay.
back to my hand.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll pay 2, and I'll cast a Farseek. Unlon, you can draw.
Just 1?
And yes. And I'll put 2 more counters on Bumbleflower. It's 2 now because of Hardened Scales. And then I will draw 2, because that was my second time. And then I'll resolve the Farseek, and I didn't draw land, so I'll be passing after that. Or, sorry, I'll have to get the land first. The island, island. Okay, and then I'll go to end step and I will untap. Yeah.
What's causing you to untap?
The Shadow of the Second Sun.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Untap, upkeep, and draw.
You're getting a whole second turn.
No,
I just get an extra. I explained this earlier. I get an extra beginning phase at the end of my turn, so I'll get an untap, upkeep, and draw step, but I don't get to play. I can't play any spells. Like I don't get any more main phase. So I'll pass.
Okay.
But still very good.
Yeah.
Alright, my turn. Untapped already. Draw. Another island. Um, 2, 3, 4 for Alela. 2 for Demir Signet. 2 for Talisman of Dominance. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good lord. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to figure out what to discard, but I pass.
On your end step, I have some stuff. Oh,
In response to you moving to end step.
Okay.
Since it's priority to me first, right?
Mhm.
I'll sack a treasure and pongify your commander. Surf City.
sure. I'll respond. Tap blue. And I'll activate this thing with thought vessel, so I'll end up with a white floating. I'll use the blue. I'll cast Long River's Pull. I'm going to gift a card to you, Joe, and I'm also going to have you draw another card, Joe, from Bumbleflower. She'll get +2. And it's going to counter that because I gifted a card.
Was that before the end of my turn? Like, do I have to discard 2 more cards now?
Yes.
Ugh.
The mill deck.
No.
You just
That's
need
good,
that
Nebula?
one blue card that does 2 damage whenever you discard.
And then
I want all these though.
I'm gonna make you draw another one, Joe. I'm sorry.
Before the end of my turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast a Swords of Plowshares targeting Malcolm, the alluring scoundrel one. And I'll put
I will
counters
sack.
Bumbleflower, and Winline you can. Well, no, I'll make you draw again, Joe. Yeah, you're gonna counter it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll draw 2 because that was my second trigger.
Yeah.
All right, so is it finally his end step finished?
I don't know. Are
Yeah.
you done discarding, Joe?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Untap.
Anybody need to know what I discarded, or nobody really messes with graveyards?
I don't. Yeah.
I'm sure
if it's an
Winline is
instant or
curious.
sorcery, I might eventually.
Yeah, I didn't put Falcon already spawn because
But
nobody.
at least not for a little bit.
Nope, just that counter.
Okay. So I am going to hope that this goes through. So first, I'll play an island for turn. And then I'll be tapping 1, 2, 2 white, 3, 4 for an austere command and destroy all enchantments and destroy all creatures with mana value greater than 4. Or 4 or greater.
Hold on. Do you have priority, Nebula? Are you doing anything?
I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
Actually,
I'm gonna,
oh, okay, hold on. I'm last. Never mind.
yeah, I'll respond. Tap 2 and blue. I'll cast Frantic Search. Draw 2, discard 2, then untap 3 lands.
Alright.
On cast, I'll put 2 counters here, and Moonline you can draw.
Alright.
So I'll draw 2. I'll discard 2. Born of the Third Path and King Drake. And then I'll untap 3 lands. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'm also going to cast a path to exile, targeting the Malcolm Alluring Scoundrel.
Okay.
And Joe, you can draw a card. So get 2 counters.
So I get
I
a
will-
basic.
You get a basic tap, yeah. And then I'll draw 2. So that's the second time. Didn't find anything yet. I'm going to keep digging. Activate the Ascanta.
Don't find any, please.
1, 2, 3. So I'll look at the top 4. I can reveal non-creature, non-land.
This deck is wild.
Yeah, Bumbleflower is great.
Got answers. Maybe.
Okay, I'll reveal a Submerge. Guess I'll cast Submerge on Bumbleflower to put her on top of my library.
All right.
And Joe, you can draw.
None of us controls, or do you have enough? Do you have the 5 mana for it?
No one has a forest? Oh,
No one has a forest, unless
Oh.
Malcolm does.
No.
No, Malcolm's mono blue. Yeah.
okay. Well, I do not have enough, so I won't do that.
So I don't.
Cool. No, you don't. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Cool. I got nothing else. That's good.
All right. Olin,
I'm just
what
gonna
was it?
flash out a fairy just to get the trigger, and then it dies.
all right. So we all lose 1.
Yeah.
All right. All enchantments and all creatures with mana value 4 or greater. And then I will be, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I will be paying 4 more to play a Teshar, Ancestor's Apostle, 2/2 flying. Whenever I cast a Stork spell, return creature card with 3 mana or less. And then I can't tap it because it just entered, so I will be passing.
Okay.
Oh, and then I have to discard. I'll discard Foundry Inspector, Master of Ethereum, Research Thief, Colossal Plow, Cultivator's Caravan, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's why I had that stack over there. I was pre-discarding.
I'm gonna tap 2, 3, 4, and 5 for Reflections of Lachara, naming pirates.
Pretty bad for us.
And tap 3 and 4 for Door of Destinies, naming pirates.
Yikes.
Tap 1, tap 2 for Kite Sail Corsair, and I scry 1 whenever that enters. I'll keep that on top.
Make a copy of it.
Yep, there's a copy, and then there's a counter on Door of Destinies. And then Spectral Sailor for 1. Another counter. There's 2 of him as well. Then, yeah. How many creatures are out? Just
My 2/2 for me.
both of you have flying creatures.
Yep.
That's interesting.
I finally can block that 1 damage.
Yeah, but I don't like how you can block that 1 damage. I'll play a land for turn. Tap 2 and sack the last treasure I have. For Kite Sail Larcenist. So Door of Destinies goes to 3, and there's a copy of Kite Sail. When it enters, choose a creature for each opponent and turn it into a treasure. So I'll do it to Dreaming Duelist. And I'll do it to Shar.
All right,
For the
so they're
first-
now treasure tokens.
Yep. And then for the second copy, I'll do it to your Fairy Rogue. And do you have a second creature at all on loan?
Nope.
Cool. All right. And then we'll move to combat. Swing.
Wait, why did each one do 2?
So
Because
what?
he copied it.
Yeah, but each one should only do 1.
For each player.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then there's
I
a
bet.
copy of it.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh, and so I played a total of 1, 2, 3. Cool. And I'll just attack with 2/2. Wait, sorry, it's a 4/4 at Joe and 5/5 at Surf City.
Okay. I'll tap 3. Cast Generous Gift on Door of Destinies.
Okay, so you only take 2 then, right?
I don't know. Is that right? And you'll make a 3/3 elephant.
Okay.
Do I only take 2 instead of 5 then? Or 3 instead of 5? Or 3?
You only take 1.
Okay.
Pass.
We have so many other people's transactions because of the 4 blue players.
2 treasure tokens.
Oh my goodness.
Tap. Okay, draw. The planes. Cost 10. Just gonna set up, I think. 8/2 for Arcane Signet. Three for Silvala. Two for Jolreal. Two for Haystack. A 4 for Teferi's Ageless Insight. That is it. Pass.
Okay.
And now you're getting your enchantments back up.
I have 1.
Two, 4, 6,
Okay. I'm gonna cast pay 1 for Soul Ring, and that gets me down to 7, and I can pass.
All right. I'm tapping. Drawing. Plains as land for turn. And then I will be casting. So it's 5, 6. So what was it? 6 white blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. White and blue. All right, I'll be tapping 6, a white and a blue, to be casting Dance of the Manse. Return up to X target artifact and or actually let me double check how many I have. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8. So I'll actually be tapping my Exotic Orchard and my treasure token, which would then put my Tashar in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll be returning 8 artifacts with mana value 8 or less to the battlefield from the graveyard. If it's 6 or if X is 6 or more, those permanents are 4/4 creatures in addition to their other types.
Pretty
Does that
good.
resolve?
I have no response.
I do. I was just holding this, though. God damn it. Let's see it go down. Yeah, you're good.
All right, that will be a Foundry Inspector, Master of Ethereum, Cultivator's Caravan, Colossal Plow, Smuggler's Copter, Research Thief, Raider's Carve, and Traveler's Amulet. And I'm going to just keep that, like, I have the Dance of the Manse is in the graveyard. I'm going to put a Thopter token instead of it so that I can keep it like right here in front of my board. So I remember that all of these are also 4/4 creatures. And then with that, I am going to be passing because they'll have summoning sickness.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to do watery teaching. So I search for a instant card and 4 of card with flash, reveal it, and put it into my hand.
All right. Draw.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
All good.
I'll show it as soon as I find it.
Tapping 3, 4. Oh, sorry. Tapping 2. To put target artifact card from your graveyard to the top of your library. I'm sorry.
A little doggo.
Yeah, he's an old doggo. He's being cranky. So
What's
is
letting you?
top
What's letting you do that?
Sunken City. Academy runes.
Oh, Academy runes. Yikes.
Yeah.
Sure. What'd you put? Door of Destiny?
Oh yeah.
Sounds.
One.
Kindred Dominance.
I'm gonna tap.
How did you get Kindred Dominance? Oh, Waterlogged Teachings.
Yep.
Yeah. Soul Ring and then 2 blue. For Jace Cunning Castaway, I have 1 floating colorless still.
Oh, that was that on your turn.
You can only get an instant or a card with flash. Isn't that a sorcery?
Oh, you're right. It's a sorcery. God damn it. Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
This is that. I'm gonna +1 him whenever 1 or more creatures deal combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card. And move to combat. How many blockers do you have on Mon?
All of these are blockers, and then I can crew these with these if I need to.
At instant speed.
Yep.
That's fun.
All of these are 4/4s. This one is flying. This one is
I
flying.
wish I still had Door of Destinies out. So 2 of them have flying?
Yeah, 2 have flying.
Oh, okay. Tap 1. Actually, I'll use the colors I have floating.
Hullbreaker Horror then.
I'm going to utter insignificance. The scarier flyer.
They are both 4/4s.
Mm,
But whenever an artifact creature I control deals combat damage to a player, I draw a card.
Research Thief.
Whenever this one attacks or blocks, I draw and then discard.
Yeah, Research Thief.
All right.
Any cards in hand, Joe? Besides the heart?
6.
Oh my god.
Now it's
Emergency.
Loses. It doesn't go to graveyard. It just becomes a 1/1.
Yep.
All right.
Tap in 3 to do thought Raven form on your other flyer.
What's that one?
Exile. Create a 1/1 blue flyer. Oh fuck. Yeah.
I'll just
No,
since it's exiled, I'll just put that like that.
I know you guys are focused on each other, but you just got Hullbreaker Horror and it has 6 cards in hand. So
Whatever.
major emergency.
Wait, is Hullbreaker Horror on the battlefield?
No,
No,
he just tutored it to hand.
Oh, geez.
It can't be countered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got nothing for that. Holy shit, we're doomed.
Well,
there's
he
too many
doesn't-
things
how
on the
much
board.
how much mana do you have, Joe?
Open right now?
No, just total.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 and 2 treasures.
I'll move to combat. No, I won't. Sorry. Jesus. Yeah, I will. We're doing it. We're swinging the boys. Yeah, Butters, I know.
Its name is Butters.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Oh,
horrible.
I'm
hamburgers.
2 1/1s and a 2/1 at you, Joe. A 2/1 and a 1/1 at no, sorry, just a 2/1 at you on lawn.
Is it flying or
Yeah, flying. And a 2/2,
and a 2/2 not flying?
also flying. They're all
All
flying.
right. I'll block the 1 toughness one with the 1/1 flyer.
Okay.
You sent a what at me again? 2, 1, and a.
Yeah, 2/1 and 3 1/1s. I mean 2 1/1s. Sorry, 3 total.
I'll block the 2/1 with my 4/2, and I'll take 2, right? Or
Yep.
3.
Yep. And the 1/1 was going at you, Surf City.
1/1 flyer.
Oh yeah.
I'll take one.
I get 3 treasures. No, yeah, 3.
Yeah, 1 got through with me.
Yeah. Did 1 get through with everyone? No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think so.
Sorry. 5 total treasures, and I draw and then discard. Butters, please stop. I'll discard Terrain Dynamo. tap 3, sack a treasure. I'm gonna mute myself after. Give me a second. I'm down to 4 treasures.
You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Tap
Pass
into.
priority on door.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Destroy Destinies. Resolve.
Your camera cut out,
Oh, okay.
but I have no response.
I'm still here.
Yeah, you're still here.
Um,
Oh, Jesus Christ. When did my health get so low? When did that happen?
I go down to 2
Has
treasure
been an hour and a
tokens.
half.
I know,
That is
right?
true.
This is a long game.
Player's turn.
Katori, where are you?
I'm at 1 counter on all my flyers. Pass.
Hey, what's that?
And there's a second one of those. Okay.
Draw for turn. A Sun Petal Grove as land for turn.
Everyone's remembering to stay hydrated, right?
You're right.
No, actually. I'll tap Selvala to parlay.
Artifact.
Enchantment.
Joe, you there?
Oh, god damn it. Sorry. Brain's going.
Parlay. Yarr.
No, it just doesn't make sense.
All right. So no one hit a land, right?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so I'll gain 4, and I'll make 4 green. That's pretty nice. I'll use the 4 green plus 4 more. This. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, she's 10. Okay. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus 4. That's 10. Play Bumbleflower. Cost 10.
That was a chunky bumble.
Not funny.
In response.
Unsummon.
Alright, I'll tap to cast Wear Down. I'm going to gift a card to you, Unman.
Alright.
And then I'm going to have to give someone a card from Bumbleflower. I will also give it to you, Unman.
Alright.
Alright, I'm going to just... What is the court you have? Oh, Cover of Darkness. Okay. And you have a Soul Ring, right, Joe?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to destroy your Soul Ring and your Door of Destinies, Nebula.
That was a good run.
Yeah. And then I'll put 2+1 counters on Bumbleflower. Oh no, it's just 1 because the Hardened Scales is gone. Tap 2 more, 3 more.
Is that the card that's... No, it's not the card that's flipped. Where is it? Oh, it's in my
Wait.
hand.
Champion's
Jesus Christ.
Helm. Champion's Helm is an equipment. On cast, Nebula, you can draw.
Ooh, it's
Can
been a
you
while since we
respond
picked these.
to... Can you respond to equipping?
Yes.
Okay.
Although, please consider that I'm probably not the threat at this point, given that he's got a whole breaker horror he's about to resolve. But, do what you need to do. I will draw 4 on cast because of Teferi's Ageless Insight.
I've got an answer to him playing it too. So
And I'll put the counter on Joriel.
Surf City just helped me draw it.
Sweet. All right, and
Like, I don't want to say go through.
attempt to equip the helm to Bumbleflower. Pass priority for responses. So I make a
I
cap.
wanna get rid of it, but at the same time, I kind of want to keep this thing, so I'm gonna hold on to it and not do it.
Thank you. Your generosity will be remembered. Pass turn.
Draw a card.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, so we're gonna crack the 2 treasures. And 2, play Roaming Throne, saying Horus,
It's a good one.
and then we're gonna pass the turn.
What was that? Emergent.
What's it called?
What did you ask? No, he played Roaming Throne.
What?
Roaming Throne.
Roaming Throne.
It doubles his Hullbreaker Hard triggers.
In response to Roaming Throne,
Mhm.
how someone had a response. I'm just gonna Flare of Denial and sack one of my sailors. Or counters it.
Counters it.
Yeah.
That's an ability, right? It's not a spell.
No,
counter
it's a
target.
spell.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an instant.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, sweet. Pass the turn.
All right.
Oh,
I will be untapping.
Wait, it's still Ulan's, right? It went from me to Ulan.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's you.
Yeah, that's
I'm
me.
getting tired.
No, it's all good. And then I will draw for turn. Oh, fuck. Okay. So, first things first, I will be... One second, let me reread the... So enchant creatures loses all abilities and has power toughness 1/1. So it's still... Okay, so it's still... So it has no abilities, it's just 1/1.
Yep.
So let's actually just put it like that instead. So
What's
this
doing
is-
that?
the utter insignificance from Nebula.
Oh.
it's no aura.
So what I will be doing is... Oh god, where'd it go in my hand? Oh, it's the card I put down. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then... Oh shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, what? 8. Alright, all my mana to cast Organic Extinction. Oh wait, I don't need to pay 1. I'm stupid.
What's our extinction? Is it another
One
board
moment.
wipe?
I'll be... Yeah, it's a destroy all target, or destroy all non-artifact creatures. And it has Improvise, which I forgot it has, so...
Wow. I should have saved my fucking. Oops.
So... 1, 2, 3, and then I'll also be tapping my 1/1 to help it pay for it. So 4, so I still need to pay another 4 and 2 white. So white, white, and then 4 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there we go. Now I've paid for it. Yeah, destroy all non-artifact creatures.
You have any response, Nebula? No? Guess not. I'll pay 2. Okay. I'm just going to pay 2 and activate Haystack to have Miss Bumbleflower get phased out.
All right.
Nice.
Saving Bumble.
Finally. But no other response.
All right. And then what I will be doing is I will be moving to combat. And so Organic Extinction went away. These are 4/4s, so I will be putting my Foundry Inspector and my Raider's Carve into my Shorikai. And then I will be putting my Cultivator's Caravan into my Deluxe Dragster. And then I will be attacking with my Master of Ethereum and Colossal Plow. Oh wait, no, I need to keep blockers, don't I? I sure do.
Why? Who has creatures still?
Oh wait, yeah, no one has creatures, never mind. I'll be swinging the 8/8. So actually, no, it's a 9/9. So 9, 14, count that later. And that's 4/4. So 18. I'll be swinging 18 at Surf City, with 8 of that being commander. And then I can cast one of your instants or sorceries from your graveyard for free.
What's so big?
My 9/9 is my Shorikai. And then my Master of Ethereum is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10/10 will be coming at Joe.
Okay.
So how is it 18 at me?
So 9/9, a 5/4, and a also 5/5. Oh wait, no, that'd be
19?
5. That'd be 19, not 18. With 9 of it as commander.
Response. I'm gonna flash out Hullbreaker Horror.
All right.
I'm then going to Brainstorm, and put that card back in your hand. The Hullbreaker.
The master. All right. And so 10 doesn't go to you, but 19 goes to Surf City with 9 of it commander.
You doing anything else, Jeff, before damage?
No.
And then I also get to cast one of your instants or sorceries for free, Surf City. What would probably be the best instant or sorcery you have?
I have Swords to Plowshares and Path to Exile. I have Wear Down, Generous Gift. You want land? You can bring back permanence.
What's the land one that the land exile?
Destroying. Oh, Path to Exile?
Yeah, let's get that one and cast it on Hullbreaker Horror.
Nice.
I'm gonna force a negation that, and then put put one of your 4/4s back in your hand, so that's not a 4/4 anymore.
Any choice of it? It's any of these 5.
Probably the largest casting cost of them.
That's going to be 3. Do you want to get the one that reduces my artifacts?
My commander's not out.
Oh, okay.
What are you pitching?
Oh, your turn. Never mind. Exile a blue card. Okay, never mind. I can do that. So. Damn.
This one would probably be the best one to do because it's one that reduces my artifact costs.
Okay.
And then you get a basic land off that.
No, it didn't resolve. He countered.
Oh, it didn't resolve. And then I will gain 3 from the Colossal Plow hitting or attacking, and 3 floating white mana. And I will use that to cast. So 1, 2. So I have 5 left. Let's pay 2 here for an Ethereum Sculptor to reduce my artifact cost by 1. And then I have 4 left. And I will use all 4, the 3 floating white, to play a Sky Sovereign console flagship. And I will deal 3 damage to Joe's face.
Ugh.
You can't.
Why not?
It doesn't allow you to do that.
I agree.
Not a thing it
target
does.
creature. It says target creature. It sure does.
You can hit Jace. Yes.
Yeah, I'll hit Jay's.
Jace isn't a creature, it's a
The
planeswalker.
It can
creature
hit
or planeswalker.
planeswalkers.
Ooh, love it.
So 3
Striking
damage.
tag.
Dang.
3.
Really?
Okay, he's at 1.
I really gotta go. This has been the longest game ever. Whoosh.
And then that will be me passing. And I will be discarding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have to discard 2. Discard that. And
Cards in hand, Joe?
5.
this.
I tapped 5 for Malcolm. Tap.
I'll be discarding a Thopter Spy Network and a Omen Keel / Cosima.
3 for Burdened Aurelius. When he enters, create a treasure. Tap 3 for Stormfleet Negotiator. Oh my god, tap 2. Favorable winds. And then pool tap. Nothing. I'm moving on. All these guys, these 2 guys, there's doubles. And move to combat. Don't have anything that can do combat. Never mind. Pass. But actually, this is going to be +1. So I'll put him at 5. Then pass. No, not 5, 2.
Tap upkeep. This will phase in.
Probably missed people commenting on it. Was that assigned to Fairy's Protection? Or to Fairy's Ageless?
Yeah, I got it signed by the artist that last year at MagicCon.
Cool.
Which Magic Con did you go to?
Vegas. Oh,
Nice.
I'm
To
going
Minneapolis.
this year again, too. Yeah, I've been playing for 30 years. I have a huge collection of signed cards. Just very few in this deck because it's a Precon.
I've been playing for just as long, but not any signs. Wait.
I haven't been alive that long.
Lucky. I'm going to cast... I'll cast... Yeah. I'm going to cast Kami of Whispered Hopes for 3. On cast, I will put a +1 counter on Bumble, and Nebula, you can draw a card. And then I'll pay 3, 4. And I'll cast Wave Goodbye. And on cast, I'll put 2 +1 counters on the Kami. And then it's going to return each creature without a +1 counter on it to its owner's hand. Nebula, you can draw again.
Yeah, that's actually really good for you. Because
Yeah.
those are all creatures.
Oh, I forgot about
Everybody has to put them all.
that. Yeah, it's going to bounce any creatures that don't have +1 counters.
Okay.
And that will get rid of that.
Yeah, Pullbreaker. I'm gonna play one more though and bounce your Bumble, and scry 1 and draw a card.
It's got hexproof.
Oh my god! How did you give it hexproof?
Commander's
Wearing a
Helmet.
champion's
Oh my God.
champion's helm.
Okay. Yep. Sorry, I knew that.
It's okay.
I guess let's do the other one.
The Kami.
Yep. Why not?
Mm,
Scry 1, draw a card. Sure.
hold on. I draw 4 cards on cast of this. So let me see what I got. I will. Oh, it's gonna happen anyway because it's the trigger from Hullbreaker, right?
Yep.
That's fine. So this will bounce to my hand. All right. Tap 3, play Kami again. Give this a counter. Winline, you can draw this time.
All right.
Land, island, return. Or sorry, plains. Island. I'll just go to combat, and I'm going to send 4 in the air at you, Joe.
Okay.
Faster.
And 4 commander. So much mana. I would really like to have Alela out at the same time, but I can't afford it. 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's tap one different. Don't need that blue. Blue. Okay, bring it back out and pass unless you get a response.
Counterable, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
I will do something on your end step, though. I'm going to pay
Okay.
1 blue. Cast Slip Out the Back, targeting the Hullbreaker Horror.
What's that?
On cast, I'll put 2 counters on Kami, and Nebula you can draw. It puts a +1 counter on it, and then it phases out.
Okay, so it comes back my next turn. Got it.
Correct.
All right. I will.
And then,
untap.
hold on, sorry, I have one more thing. I'm going to
Keep going.
flash out Fairy Mastermind.
Okay, I'm going to flash out Notion Thief finally.
Okay, hang on 1 sec. So, you're responding to Fairy?
Yep.
Are you
I want
responding?
that.
So hold on, I have cast triggers though. So tell me when you're responding. So
You're casting Fairy Mastermind. I'm casting Notion Thief in response to try to get its.
if you hold on, just stop talking for 1 second. So when I
Sure.
cast this, I have 2 cast
Yep.
triggers, right? You probably want to wait for those to happen first. I'm trying to help you here.
Okay. You're good. Yeah, because I want to time it right too.
Yes. So on cast, you can't respond yet. My cast triggers go on the stack first. So first, I have a Bumbleflower trigger. I will Nebula. You can draw again, and then
I'm trying to
I
grab
will.
those draws.
Yeah. So I'm gonna draw 4. This is when you can respond. So like,
Okay.
I also choose a creature to put counters on. I'm gonna choose the Kami. So you can respond to either or both of those triggers and flash that in, which is what you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. That is bad. I will cast Rewind on Notion Thief.
Okay.
So when I cast that, I'll have you. No, I can't have you draw, Joe. Unlan, you can draw this time. So that's going to get countered, and then I'll untap 4 land. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then now these triggers will happen if you don't have anything else, Joe.
Nope.
Okay. So this will get 2 counters, and I'll draw 4. And then that's it. You can go ahead now.
All right. Untap. Draw. I'll play a Plains as land for turn. And then I will, so 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 3, 4, 0. So 3, 4, 5. God damn it. So 3, 4, 0, 5. And then that is 9. All right. So I will be tapping, first I'll be tapping 3, and I'll be tapping 3 like that to play a Foundry Inspector. And then I will I will tap my Signet Ring for a blue to play my Ethereum Sculptor. And then due to the price reductions, that will make my Colossal Plow free. And then that will make my Master of Ethereum cost 1. And then let's see, that will make my Traveler's Amulet also free. I will just really quickly go through these. I'll make the Silver Mirror free. And then I will be, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. I will be 2. Okay. So that's what I will do. I will be, so it's currently reduced by 2. So if I reduce by 3, it will cost 2 and a blue. And so 4 and a blue. So 4, leaving a Plains open, and a blue. The first 2 is going to go into the Mirage Mirror to copy my Foundry Inspector. And so artifact spells cost 3 less total. And then for the 2 and a blue that I have, I will cast Cyber Drive, or first, things cost reduced by 2, or reduced by 3. So Cultivator's Caravan for free, Raider's Carve for free, Peace Walker's Colossus for free. And then for the 2 and 1 blue remaining, I will be casting Cyber Drive Awakener. Flying, other artifact creatures I control have flying. When Cyber Drive enters the battlefield until end of turn, each non-creature artifact I control becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness 4 and 4. So
You don't have haste though, right?
But they are artifacts, and so they don't have summoning sickness.
Well, except that they're going to become creatures, and then they will have summoning sickness.
Oh, do they gain summoning sickness?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, so everything has summoning sickness. It just only affects creatures. So if you turn them into creatures, then they'll be affected by it. Does that make sense?
Well, then, yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, you might just want to, like, we can forget we saw it and play that next turn.
Instead, I will be doing Research Thief, and then still have 1 floating, so I will tap Shorikai to draw 2 and discard a card. I will be discarding this Terramorphic Expanse. And then I can't look much. That will make a pilot from Shorikai. Everything else pretty much has summoning sickness. So I have to pass, but my board's now very large. And I will do a little bit of cleanup to make sure that things are readable. Try Nebula. It's your turn now.
Sorry. Okay.
Oh, good.
I actually have to get going. I don't really have any answers, so I'm just gonna. Yeah.
Scooping?
Yeah, I'm gonna scoop on my upkeep.
All right. Thank
GG's,
you,
guys. Yeah, have fun. Peace out.
GG. Okay. His upkeep, I guess, then, or in response to Scoop, I will activate the Escant Sunken Ruin to look at the
In
top four.
response to Scoop.
I'll put a Leyline of Anticipation into my hand. Alright, untap. Upkeep. Draw. How much mana do you have up, Joe? Was that his hand? Just put face up.
It looks like it.
Play Glacial Fortress as land for turn. Hey, Joe, you there? Yes. I'm going to cast a Wargate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cast a Wargate for 6. I'm going to have Joe draw. I guess he's not going to do anything. Do you have any response to Wargate for 3?
I do not.
I'll put 2+1 counters on Bumbleflower, and then I'll search for a permanent with mana value X or less. So 3 or less. Dang, card I thought, I guess it's already. Alright, I'll grab. Dang. Alright, I'll grab Caduceus Staff of Hermes. It's an equipment that gives a creature lifelink, and if I have 30 or more life, it gets +5, has indestructible, and prevent all damage that would be dealt to it.
All right.
Cutting. And then.
Who's that going on?
4. Probably Bumbleflower. But first, I'm going to put 4 and cast a Line of Anticipation. All my spells have flash. So, and I'm going to have Joe draw again. Since that's his second draw, I'm going to draw 2 off Barry. And then I'll draw 4 from second Bumbleflower trigger. I'll put 2 counters on Bumbleflower. Do you have any flyers right now?
I have this flying, and I can crew this to have another flyer. And then, yeah, these 2 are flying. A 4/4 and a 7/6.
It's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna pay 2 white to equip the staff to Bumbleflower. And I guess I'll head to combat and send Bumbleflower at you, Unmon.
How big is Bumble?
She is 8, 9, 10. She's 10 power. No
Toughness, I
trample.
mean.
Oh, toughness? 12, 14, 14.
7. So 9, 10, 11. Okay, I can't quite pop her. I will block with my Research Thief.
Sure. Okay, I will gain 10 from lifelink. And I'm just going to pass turn.
All right. Joe seems to be gone.
Yeah, I guess we could just come back to him if he returns.
Yeah. All right. I will untap. Draw. Draw 1. I will play an island for turn. Then I will cast 1, 2, planes, 3 for a Crush Contraband targeting that helm of whatchamacallit
Yeah,
on
the champion's
Bumbleflower.
home.
And then also your Leyline of Anticipation.
No, you didn't. Response. Guess we'll assume that he's gone, so I won't keep giving him cards. That's not fair. Tap 1 to flash in Soul Ring
Right.
in response, and you draw. And then I'll draw 2 off Fairy, since that was your second draw of the turn.
Yep.
And I'll put 2 counters on the Kami. Okay. And then I'll tap 1, 2. I'm gonna kill my Leyline. That's
Well,
fine.
if you don't counter, I could instead kill the Teferi thing.
So you're saying if I don't counter it, if I greenhouse to counter it, you'll switch this to this?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll make that deal.
All right.
So I'll respond to it still, and I'll tap 2, activate Haystack to have Bumbleflower phase out.
All right.
So this will get exiled, and the helm is not in play, so it'll fizzle out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Or would that exile the equipment too?
Yeah, so anything when phasing's weird,
Yeah.
anything attached to it like just ceases to exist kind of. It stays
okay.
attached. Yeah.
All right. So those are tapped. Then I will be moving. Okay. So this costs 3 in a blue, so 4. And then so I will be casting Swift Reconfiguration on your Tamari, Kami, sorry. It is an enchantment. Enchanted permanent is now a vehicle artifact with crew 5, and it loses all other card types.
Interesting. Sure. In response to that, I'm gonna tap it for 7. I'll do 7 blue mana.
All right.
So just let me know if you're gonna change phases so I can use it before it goes away.
Then I will be. What's that? Oh, that's that.
I'll just put this gear wheel on it to indicate that it's a vehicle.
All right. That's a good token for it.
Yeah.
Then so I'll be. I've just paid 1 point for that.
Say that one more
islands.
time. You kind of cut out.
I'm just moving I moved my planes over there.
Okay.
So I know what I have tapped. So I have 4 islands, 3 planes, so 7 total. Then I will be casting using this and this, a hidden strings on your fairy to tap it. And then I will untap my arcane signet with it as well.
Sure.
And I will be ciphering it onto my Sky Sovereign, I guess.
Okay.
And then I will be paying 1, 2, 3, and a blue to cast that Cyber Drive Awakener. All my non-creature artifacts are now 4/4, and I will be swinging for quite a bit.
Okay, so you're gonna change phases now?
Yeah, but actually, before I cast the Cyber Drive, I will tap my pilot to crew my Sky Sovereign, so it stays at 6/5, and then I'll be playing the Cyber Drive.
Okay. So you're ending your main phase now?
Yeah, now I'm ending my main phase.
Okay, before you end your main, I will tap for a white and use 4 of this mana, going down to 3. And I'm going to cast a Promise of Loyalty. So we each put a vow counter on a creature we control and sacrifice the rest.
All right.
And creatures with vow counters cannot attack me.
I think I just lose off that, because that's my whole entire board.
Well, hold on. You draw a card on cat. No, never mind. Bumbleflower is not in play.
Yeah,
So-
Bumbleflower's plays out. Yeah, I think I just lose off that.
Yeah, it seems likely. I think I can kill you on my turn.
Yeah, because if you can kill me on your turn, that's all my stuff dead, and I can't
Yeah,
really
I'm going
do
to
much
have
with the
my
cards I
whole
have in hand.
board basically, because this will get a vow counter. This is not a creature. This is not in
This
play.
isn't there.
Yeah, so you want to call it?
Yeah, that would be the end for me, because that would be
Yeah.
everything sacked, except for
Yeah,
one thing that can't hit
that's
you.
why I really wanted to keep the ley line, because this is a sorcery.
I played myself. But yeah, my 3 cards left were an Island, the Indomitable, and Whirler Rogue. So
Nice.
I had no response to that.
That was a sweet deck, though. I really like that.
Yeah.
I've never seen Shorikai build like that. That's really cool.
Well, the funny part is I put the deck list onto it, and I've only changed some of it. It's literally just the Kotori Precon with 16 cards swapped in.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, well, you played really well, so good game.
Thank you. Hey, you played well too.
Thanks.
I played myself by not getting the
Yeah,
ley line.
well, you didn't
Oh, well.
know.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go.
All right.
GG.
GG's.